Hi there. So, I have the house to myself this morning, so I thought I'd do a video. Well, not totally myself, the little one's here, but, so I haven't been making a lot of organized videos lately because I have not had the privacy to do so. Hopefully soon. But at the same time, I've kind of been focusing my energy on how can I do the most good now, in the now. How can I be, as positive as I can and make an effort to uplift the collective, to help inject positivity into the realm, to counteract a lot of the dismal and fearful behavior that I'm seeing and feeling, the energy. Okay, I personally feel that humans, like actual humans, humanity, the human heart-centered consciousness, okay, people that have pure awareness, we're only about a third of the human bodies here, okay? The rest of them are empty vessels that seemingly run on some kind of artificial consciousness or intelligence. And they're the kind of people that are empty. And I know that you know who I'm talking about. They hate animals. They cannot question, it's almost like they're programmed. They cannot question certain deep concepts. It's like they shut down. In my readings, I get that 68% of the human bodies in this world are like that. Now, intuitively, I also get the message, though, that there will be concentrations of humans, for example. So, like my area is about half and half, but then, like in a city, it might be only 10% human. Okay, and then that's how it equates to a third and 2/3. And in your biblical program, which is the script, I do think it indicates something about a third of the people being good or something, which humans are inherently good, okay? Humanity is actually inherently good. And it does seem as if we're spread out on purpose, those of us that do have this type of awareness. And one of our main jobs is to transmute negative energy and to maintain the frequency of the realm in a higher state. And we can't, if you sit here today, okay, because all we have is the now, all right? The future is not guaranteed and the past is gone. So if you sit here right now, if I were to sit here for the next 2 hours and envision every single horrifying scenario that could come true in the next year for the end of the, for the whole of the world. What that does is that creates thought forms, okay? And then say if I have a thought form that envisions, something blowing up, and then a lot of other people have envisioned that same thought form blowing up. It's when those thought forms come collectively together that things manifest, which is the same reason that predictive programming works. Because, see, the rulers of this realm are not human. And they're reptiles. And you can say that I'm crazy or what have you, but they are. And that is who is in charge of this realm. That is who is imprisoning this realm. As far as being a ruler higher up the chain, likely not. That I do feel that there is a hierarchical chain in the universe, and that ultimately there is a realm that is the highest realm. And that would be outside of this whole artificial dimensional system. When we talk about going to the different dimensions, like third dimension, fourth dimension, whatever, any dimension, all the dimensions, the dimensional system, that's what I feel is artificial. Okay? And then outside of that, like if you're in a dimension, you're in a container, you're in a dimension, you're in something, that's where your awareness has been pulled in, imprisoned, and you're in, you're in this dimensional system. And then the goal is to get out. Now, I have some question, does the consciousness need to, or the awareness, does it need to heal some in the dimensional system before it goes back out into the, the whole space, or the just likely just space, but real space, not like this artificial dimensional system is based off of real worlds, allegedly, but this is a copy. It's like a hologram. The gateway documents for the CIA are really good for describing what a hologram is, because I'm not very good at that. So, where are we at here? So we need to be more positive here, because these controllers, they can't manifest. They use us to do it, okay? So they fill us with fear and things like that, so that we create this terrible world. So the way to go against it is to focus on living in the now, engaging in the now, have hopeful goals for the future, have positive visions for the future, and let those thought forms bond together. And then we create that instead of, what I see around me on a day-to-day basis is decades of negative thinking manifest. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's sad. It's not how things should be. It makes people like me want to isolate and withdraw ourselves from the world. And that's probably not the best idea either. Those of us that have a hopeful energy, we really need to get out there more, but it's just so hard. Another thing I see a lot, and then I'm not going to say a whole lot about this, but it's just, truthers arguing about religion. If you're still following a religion, if your religion is anything other than love and respect and trying to, live the best life you can, you need to keep going down the rabbit hole, because there's a whole lot more you're missing. And I'm going to do a video on worship, and even in, the message of Jesus is not a bad message. It's a message that came from a higher dimensional consciousness, a higher dimensional awareness. And if people actually read it and live that way, they wouldn't be going to church, because he was totally against that. But you will, if you actually read that and live that way, you will become in contact with your intuitive side again. And then once you learn to trust that, it's like people just don't even, I don't know. It's like, the Bible gives clues in various ways. For example, like it says, love thy neighbor, like, I don't know, it's something like, 178 times or something. Maybe it's 78. I don't remember. It's a lot of times, okay? It says love thy neighbor. And then it like condemns homosexuality once. It puts like one line. As with any program or any kind of text or something like that, we need to, what they put a lot of emphasis on might be a little bit more important. And even though in one line somewhere it also says that all sins are equal, that is part of the conditioning. That's nonsense. That's not true. Ill intent. Intention is everything. And ill intent is not the same as something that occurs because of a good intent. Let's put it that way. Now, then you get into, well, if this is an artificial system, then why, are we being judged and all this stuff? Well, because that's part of the artificial system. The actual God mind that is outside, no, it doesn't judge. It allows everything to happen because it gets to know itself. We are all fractals of the God mind, which means a complete copy, not a piece. A fractal is a complete copy of the whole, not just a piece. So we are the God mind getting to know itself. And I think that's what links us back to why, how you think is very important, and what you say and speak. Because the word, when we go saying words, we're casting spells, and that is what creates. And so I see all these people online like beating themselves up, saying they can't, or that they're this and they're that. And it's like you're making those things true. It's like you've got to step back, look at the big picture, examine yourself, examine your life. Yes, you've made mistakes, but look at yourself from the outside. Like, are you a man that takes care of your family? Do you come home every night? Do you play with your kids? Do you show them love? Do you help the little old man on the side of the road if he drops his groceries? Do you help him pick them up, or do you keep walking? I mean, that's the kind of thing that matters. It absolutely does not matter if you cannot buy the same car as your neighbor. I mean, that's all nonsense, and to distract you from what you should be doing. So just anybody that's like beating yourself up, and then if you've got a negative voice in your head that says you're worthless, this, that, and the other thing, that is some kind of etheric attachment. Trust me, I've had them. And you need to start working on setting intentions that, you can go see a energy healer, and there's a couple people that I would trust that I could send you to, but it would be expensive. So, and I can't personally afford it. So what I do is I start setting my own intentions, that no malevolent energies are allowed to reside in my aura, in my head, in my body, and just all kinds of different things. And you have to mean it. And, I've done that repeatedly over the years, and it has done something. Trust me, it has done something. But I would love to go see someone myself, like for a actual, someone that can see if there's any implants or anything like that. I think that would be a really cool ability to have. But I don't know. It's really just, discouraging some, to get on social media and you see all this, and it's like, we got to enjoy the now better. I know that every single one of you, you could get off the computer and you could look around your house and you could find something that that you could be grateful for and that you could enjoy, and that you could find a little bit of joy, even if it's just a few minutes. and get out in nature barefoot and reconnect with the earth yourself. Get those excess positive ions out of your body. That's what walking barefoot does. Technology creates a lot of positive ions, and then we get out of balance, and our bodies are made to exchange positive and negative ions with the earth through our feet. So that's why a lot of indigenous cultures say that shoes make you sick. If you catch yourself thinking about, I don't know, Red Dawn scenarios, or, everybody starving to death, concentration camps and stuff like that, breathe, change your focus. Envision instead free energy, all the reptiles being rounded up and locked away. Things like that. I mean, seriously. I mean, something positive. If you're going to spend your time sitting around thinking and creating, then create something good. Have a good day. Hi. One thing I didn't mention that I meant to in the last video was what am I doing to help, inject positivity into the realm? And I do free tarot readings for people. And my goal of any reading is to uplift someone and to help give them guidance. And typically people walk away, I think, from my readings feeling better than they did when they came in. I do a daily inspirational TikTok reading where I do an inspirational quote with the cards. I have several people that I speak to online, that I try, that I mean, I guess I life coach, I don't know, but I mean, I've helped, I help them, and I try to, when I lie down to go to sleep, I try to think of a positive future, not any kind of, I do not think any kind of negative doomsday thing. I mean, and even if it does cross my mind, I will, let the thought come in, let it go. So, and I do a lot of, I try to do a lot of meditating, grounding, connecting with my intuitive voice. I'm trying to really, because an intuitive thought has a different feeling than a regular thought. It's like it comes up or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it really does have a feeling in here too. And I'm trying to get better at discerning that. And I've been working on that for about 6 months now, and it's really helping. And it's helped me to, I don't know, I think give better readings when I'm when I'm reading people. And shoot, I just had another one, something else that I was doing, I forgot. It was good too. It was a good one. I can't remember. And then, just continue trying to spread truth. And, sometimes I just go with what I'm pulled. Like if I'm scrolling on the news feed, I go with what I'm pulled to leave a comment on, for example, by the intuitive voice. It's, but then when removing attachments, okay, working on if you're having negativity, all of us have negative attachments, okay? Negative attachments can be picked up from another person. They can come through mirrors, these devices. They can happen because of trauma, anger, meditating in a room with a bunch of people. Because everybody in the room is opening themselves up, and so then a etheric attachment, like say this drained someone else, is like, ooh, a new one. And so I am pretty much regularly doing a meditation or an intention of removing any and all etheric attachments. I would even like to go see someone about getting that done professionally. And I'm going to one day when I have the money. So, there are some articles that you can probably Google and find out there. I would like to do a video on that one day that is actually on my to-do list. So, I just wanted to add that in. So, just try to be positive. And I'm not one of these love and light people, okay? I mean, I'm not. But I'm more of a we got to find balance. At the same time, I'm realistic. And it is clear that the energy is down right now, okay? The collective energy is like down. It's depressed. It's fear, stuff like that. So, those of us that know that need to maybe try to transmute some of that and counteract this extreme negativity with extra positivity. That's my point. So, have a good day.